and being on his purpose. Um, you hear a lot of men online talking about a man and his purpose, right? But just because you're a man on your purpose, that don't mean you're gonna get no rewards in return. And
Yeah, that really depends on what you're pursuing, man. That really depends on what you would define as your purpose. I mean, if you're pursuing something lucrative that has the potential, if you are successful at it, to generate some real wealth, then yeah, of course you're going to get a reward out of it.
and it was a man that I talked to who was 42 years old. He's a plumber for a living, never married, no wife, no kids. He told me he goes out of the country to Venezuela and all of these Latin countries to buy the box. He's 42, never married, no wife, no children. He takes vacations and go out of the
It
country so he
sounds
can
like a
pay for
passport, bro,
prostitutes.
to me.
Now, a man that's going on vacations, going out of the country, going overseas so he can pay for the box, that that's easy right there. That's the level that I believe a lot of men are gonna be on very soon. You got a lot of men who are on their purpose, but just because you're a man that's on your purpose in life, that don't mean there's a reward waiting for you at the end of the tunnel. You can be on your purpose as a man. That
Yeah, well, when you say there's a reward waiting for you at the end of the tunnel, right? It's like, first of all, the reward ain't waiting for you. You earn it when you get the reward. And like I said, it's all about if what you score your purpose is lucrative. Some people are pursuing things that aren't lucrative, then they complain that, oh, I didn't get this, I didn't get that. Well, that's why I always talk about whatever you pursue has to have the potential to be lucrative, and it has to be something that is going to change your life if you're successful at it. Not just you're successful and you become an average man. No, that's not enough, especially in today's society. It's not enough to be an average man. You want to be a rich man. You want to be above average man. You want to be an established man. You want to be a successful man. A reward waiting for you at the end of the tunnel. Look, man, that can take a long time as well. A lot of guys, they ain't got the patience. They ain't got the resilience. They ain't got the focus to stay focused for long enough to see the results. A lot of guys don't have that, and that's why they're gonna end up an average man for the rest of their life.
don't mean no woman is gonna want to be with you. If you're not really attractive, if you ain't rich, who cares if you on your purpose or not? Women don't care about a man being on his purpose. But you hear a lot of men talking about being on your purpose.
Yeah, they don't care about a man being on his purpose. In fact, they try to destroy it because when a man is truly on his purpose, he's disregarding the opposite gender. So they really don't want you to be on your purpose. That's why that guy said, what's his name, Richard Cooper, he said they wait at the finish line and select the winners. Yeah, because they themselves, they don't care about if a man's on his purpose because they want to be the center of attention. You know, they think that they're all that. They think that they should be the center. They should be the centerpiece of your life, and you should revolve around them. But when you're on your purpose, that's your main goal. That's why guys they break up with the opposite gender and they say, I'm too busy. I don't have time for this opposite gender. Yeah, because they're pursuing something and they want more out of life.
What if you don't have a purpose? Some people don't have a purpose in life. So all of this purpose talk is a bunch of nonsense. You can be on your purpose and you can still be suffering with blue balls and lonely and horny. So just because you're a man on your purpose, that don't mean there's a pot of gold waiting for you at the end of the tunnel. You gotta
Well, you're talking about opposite gender ain't gonna get with you just because opposite gender ain't gonna get with you while you're on your purpose. They're just interested in the results of it. And if the results of it are that you're living a lavish lifestyle, then yeah, they're gonna message you. They're gonna message you. If they see on social media that you're living lavish, they're gonna message you, "Hi, remember me?" They're gonna pretend like just like that Michael B. Jordan clip, and they say, the corny kid, right? Yeah, the corny kid. No, I didn't say that. Yeah, because that's what they're trying to pretend. Like they always liked you before when they didn't like you before, but they only like you when you're successful. That's how they are, man.
a lot of men who talk this, you gotta be on your purpose. You gotta make yourself the best version of you as a man. What is that gonna do? That don't mean that there's a woman that's waiting for you.
It's all about your potential. It's all about your potential. Some men got potential to be successful and big and have great lives. Some men don't have much potential. Some men have little to no potential. I see certain men on YouTube and I just look at them. I can tell they're finished. You know, I mean, I've been talking about finished men on YouTube for over half a decade. If there's anybody who knows how to assess and analyze finished men, it's me. I'm the number one commentator on YouTube when it comes to fin, and I'm surprised this topic ain't more popular. You know, with the amount of men that are finished in today's society, which is most, to varying degrees, but I'm surprised the topic is not more popular.
That don't mean that there's a woman that's gonna want to start a family with you, that's gonna want to build a
Why you want a family anyway, bro? Like, you know that you're finished as well.
legacy with you. That's all nonsense. And to tell you the truth, some people don't have no purpose. Some people don't have no purpose in life.
Yeah, if they're mentally disabled, if they're just really stupid, some guys are just, if they're criminals in jail and do something stupid and spend their life in jail. I mean, what's your purpose really and truly at that point? I mean,
I know as a man, I should have never been born. A lot of people should have never been born because they don't have no purpose for being on this planet called Earth. There are some people who were sperms that should have been busted in the toilet and flushed.
so, I see guys on YouTube. I see these guys, man. I see these guys and I'm looking at them like, you ain't done nothing your whole life. You're never gonna do anything. You're never gonna achieve anything. Why you even what's the point of you even being here? They're finished. They're never gonna achieve. What are they here? And it comes down to the parents. They should. Why did their parents even have them? Because their parents were messed up too. Their parents were also losers. It's not that their parents were winners and they just ended up losers. The cycle of loser, they got loser in their DNA. And the cycle of loser, the cycle of poverty is continuing. And the thing is, in today's society, it's more competitive. Since the 80s and 90s, people being born in the 80s and 90s, it's been more competitive. So because of that reason, less and less people should be reproducing because more and more people will not be able to compete as time goes by.
Over with and done with. Everybody don't have no value and everybody don't have no purpose for being on this planet. So men who talk about as a man, you got to be on your purpose and you got to make yourself the best version of yourself. I mean, that sounds good, but that don't mean nothing at the end of the day. That don't mean that I'm gonna get a reward.
Well, it means live up to your potential, but some men don't have much potential, so in that regard, they're pretty much finished.
I mean, there are men who are on their purpose, but they still don't have no companionship.
Yeah, you're not on your purpose to get companionship. You're on your purpose to improve your life situation. Okay? Companionship is not a given for everybody. And even if you got companionship, a lot of the times they just want you for the money anyway.
So all of this talk about a man being on his purpose, that's all foolishness too. Oh, just focus on your purpose. I mean, that's garbage, man. It's all about, it's all about putting the responsibility on the man. People never cease to stop putting responsibility on the man. As a man, you got to take responsibility for everything in your life. And that's a crying shame. Even when it comes down to how many women want to sleep with your behind. You got to take responsibility and accountability for it all.
Well, who else is going to take responsibility for it, though? You say, oh, you got to take responsibility for it all and this and that. Who else is going to do it? Who else is going to do it really and truly? Who the hell else is going to do it? Nobody else is going to do it. You can sit here and complain like you've been doing for over a decade. Over a decade, you've been coming on here complaining about the situation that you find yourself in. What does it change? You think I like my life? No, I haven't enjoyed what I've experienced so far. But you gotta accept the fact that if you're not doing anything that's gonna really make big changes, then that's gonna be the rest of your life. And when I woke up to that and I realized and I said, okay, I gotta take what I'm doing seriously because I don't want to keep living like this. And some people that light bulb is gonna go off in their head, and some people that light bulb is never gonna go off in their head. I just think some people are just too dumb. I think some people are just too negative. Um, a lot of people are like, you're right, there's no point in them being here because they're never gonna do anything. They're just here to suffer and perish. And that's it. I mean, that's a sad reality, but we see it. They're all over the internet.
And that makes no sense. As a man, you shouldn't have to take responsibility for every aspect of your life, even down to your love life. My game plan is when I get to a comfortable level financially, my goal is
When you get, which is very skeptical if that's ever gonna happen.
I'm about to take some vacations. I'm gonna get my passport, and I'm gonna do some traveling myself.
Man, I'm gonna trick off on these hoes, man.
You know, because that's what a lot of men are doing. A lot of men are going overseas to pay for the box. That's what they're doing. And I'm not throwing no shade at these men, because as a man, you have needs, wants, and desires that need to be met. So this is my game plan. You know, this is my game plan, and I don't like how people try to make it seem like as a man you got to be on your purpose in order to find love. There are some men, they ain't doing nothing with their life, and they still found love. So
Okay, so how you know they found love? I mean, everybody say that they found love, but yet they get married next minute they're divorced, so it wasn't genuine anyway. Most people ain't finding love, bro. Like, you really believe that? Why are marriages like 2, 3 years now? Is that love? You call that love? I mean, come on now. You're always worrying about what other people. I don't give a toss what other people are doing. I mean, you're in a deep shit situation. Your life is garbage, yet you're worrying about what other people are doing. Why are you worrying about what other people are doing? Oh, this man, because that's an excuse. So what's the point of even talking about acquiring wealth? I spoke about this before, and you're not genuine when it comes to acquiring wealth because at the end of the day, you're just making excuses. How are you going to talk about acquiring wealth and at the same time make excuses as to why you don't have to acquire wealth? Because even if you acquire wealth, other people have it easier. Like when you came to my channel and you're like, oh, Jeremy Meeks didn't have to work for it. Like, are you going to give me a proper response or are you too much of a coward to give me a proper response? I mean, making videos about the same thing. Spice up your channel a little bit, man. Give me a response and let's go back and forth. Let's see, maybe you'll learn something. I'm gonna teach you some stuff today anyway.
so all of this stuff about being on your purpose got to stop. Because I hear dudes talking about that purpose crap too much. I mean, I've seen, and I was just thinking about that. I was like, this would be a good topic to talk about, being on your purpose as a man. You can be, because everybody don't have no purpose. So, what do you say to men who don't have no purpose?
Okay, so what do I say to men who don't have a purpose, right? It wasn't directed at me, but I'm gonna answer it, okay? Men who don't have a purpose, men who don't have a potential, men who can't become successful, men who can't come out of this situation. Why they can't come out of this situation is a question you should be asking because they're messed up from birth. Maybe not from birth, but from their upbringing. If it's not from their inception, it's from their upbringing. It's poor sexual selection. The parents are having kids. They shouldn't be having kids. They ain't brought enough to the table. The upbringing is garbage. Education is garbage. The mentality is garbage. And like I said, some men that light bulb is never gonna go up in their head. You know, that light bulb is never gonna turn on in their head, and they're never gonna see uh, where they're gonna end up, or if they know where they're gonna end up, they're never gonna bother to change it. I mean, I've seen guys on a platform, they can't even pass high school. Born and raised in America, they couldn't even pass high school. Complaining about the TFL and INSA, and I just look at this guy and say, what are you even doing on this planet? And that's the thing, it's like, if you know that the problem is that you were born, okay, the problem in the first place is that you were born, is that you were brought onto this planet, okay? What you can do is do the right thing and make it known that people should not be reproducing, especially bottom of the food chain people. Bottom of the food chain people need to stop reproducing to end this cycle. If bottom of the food chain failed individuals keep reproducing, and some people say, the incel movement, they say that people are not reproducing like bottom chain men. Yes, they are. They're still reproducing. I'll give you two examples right now. Gavin Plum, okay, the guy I did a video on, and David Martinson, aka Never Give Up, the YouTuber. These are bottom of the food chain, complete losers, genetically and mentally, everything. You know, everything, looks wise, everything, losers. Yet they're still reproducing their seeds. And if they're having male kids, sons, even worse. These people need to be told not to reproduce. And I think if you black pill guys, you need to change your philosophy, man. What you're doing is pointless. We already know that you're finished. How many videos you have to make telling that you're finished? We know that you're finished. Okay, I can look at you guys. I'm the expert on this. I've been doing this more than anybody else. I know that you're finished already. You don't need to tell me you're finished. The thing is, what's next? Be altruistic, man. Be altruistic. Tell people not to reproduce. They might not listen, but some may listen. Prevent suffering entering the world by ending reproduction of low-tier, bottom of the food chain men. Are you going to do the right thing and try to put that in your videos? Or are you just going to complain about what you don't have? I think we know what you're going to do because you guys aren't good people. You're not good people. You don't want to do the right thing. You want to complain. You're on it to complain. None of you guys are on it for solutions anyway.
Some people was just a waste of space. They should have never been on this planet. No way. So I don't want to hear as a man, you got to be on your purpose. You got to focus on yourself and then women will come to you. That's a lie.
No, it can be true or it can be a lie. It's all dependent on how successful you become.
That's a lie. So I don't want to hear that crap. It, you know, we just live in a world where people just want to believe that as a man, you got to always take accountability for everything. You got to take responsibility for every area of your life. That's BS. And I ain't buying that. But that's pretty much all I'm going to say right now about this being on your purpose stuff. As a man, if you working, if you doing what you got to do to try to make things work for you, if you're doing the best you can do, that's all that matters. If you're doing the best you can do,
If you're genuinely doing the best you can do, a lot of people say that and they're lying.
if you're
They're not
doing,
genuine. They're not genuine. That's the problem. People always say, "Oh, we did our best." Even your parents, "Oh, we did our best." It's a lot of the time it's not genuine, bro. A lot of the time it's not genuine when people say, "I'm doing my best." You find out they say that, but yet they got all these bad habits and they're not willing to cut out these bad habits. And like the saying says, old habits die hard.
the right things, if you working, if you trying to elevate yourself, trying to learn a trade, trying to do something with yourself, long as you putting forth some effort, that's fair enough. That's why I say, don't let
Everybody puts forth some effort. It's about putting forth maximum effort, not putting forth some effort.
nobody shame you and tell you that you're not on your purpose as a man. Who cares about a purpose? Because everybody don't have no purpose.
You say shaming, bro. It's not about shaming. Like you sounding like a girl now. Feminists. Oh, you're body shaming me. Oh, you're slut shaming me. Come on, we're men out here. We're men. I don't care what's like shaming. Men shouldn't be talking like that. You lost your
So
masculinity,
when
man.
guys talk about dudes who are not successful with women, they're not on their purpose. That's a lie. There are plenty of men who don't have no purpose. There are plenty of low life POSs, and they got a whole family, wife, kids, and everything. So don't tell me about.
Okay. Low life POSs that got a wife and kids, and also, a lot of them are ugly as well. But you don't want to talk about that. You just pretending that because you ain't got what you've been told you need to have, therefore That's the reason why. It's not that simple, bro. But you guys like to oversimplify things because you ain't got the intelligence. And that's the main root of your problem. You ain't got the intelligence. If you had the intelligence, you would have already done some stuff in your life by 35, 36, 37 years old. You're around that age range.
Being a man that's on your purpose, because everybody don't have no purpose out here. So I don't want to hear that garbage. That's garbage.
Well, I gave you a purpose, bro. Your purpose ain't about you. See, you people are selfish, man. You people are selfish. A lot of people can have kids and decide not to have kids. You know, that's that's not selfish. People say that's selfish. That's not actually selfish because if you know where the world is going, and I'm going to talk about where the world is going in future videos, but if you know where the world is going, you don't want your offspring to suffer it. I mean, we may have to suffer it ourselves.
Being on your purpose. They tell men to stop watching corn. They tell men to stop fapping. As a man, you got to do what you got to
You
do.
know, you're engaging in destructive practices.
You can fap 5 times a day if that's what you want to do. Who cares?
5 times? Who needs to fap 5 times a day, really and truly? I mean, you know, what are you doing at that point?
Especially if you a man and women ain't checking for you no way. You know,
There's always an excuse for your behavior, man.
as a man, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, but you don't have to do it. You choose to do it.
And that's what it's all about at the end of the day. So if anybody got a problem with it, they just gonna have to deal with it. And that's all I want to say right now. As long as you're doing what you got to do to better your life.
Yeah, enough of this guy, bro. It's unreal, man. Hey, it's true, man. It's fair. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you aren't already, and make sure to hit that notification bell so you can be informed anytime I upload a new video.